promise tomorrow today, but we'll find a way. Nothing lasts forever.
Yo, what's good? And welcome to a very special episode of Malibray TV. It's the first episode without my shades. I figure the topic today is a little bit more serious, so I figure I might as well let y'all see who I really am, you know? The topic of today's story was not really a story, it's a topic. How do you know when it's time for change in your life? I know a lot of you guys have been there. Growing pains, man. You just start going through different phases and then you don't know what it is, but you realize eventually it's time to change. It's crazy thinking back, like at one time, video games, Dos Equis, Coronas with limes, getting wasted and playing online. That was my fucking pastime, you know? I hit 30 years old and I started seeing my growth, man. Like, the game session slowed down, the drinking slowed down, the foolishness kind of sort of slowed down in that aspect at least. But I started realizing, the old hobbies I had, they seemed like they didn't interest me anymore. Like change was really coming, whether I agree with it or not. You know, another way that you know it's time for change is like you start outgrowing some people. Homeboys, homegirls, people you've kicked it with your whole life. It just seems like after a while you just have nothing in common anymore. The shit they're still doing, you just not into no more. Too old to stand on the block. You're too old to just sit around and pass 10,000 blunts around and pass a bottle around, everybody drinking out the same lid. You know, I've realized at 32 years old, the way I look at myself, I want to be perceived different. When I was young, I didn't give a fuck. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. Well, this world, you kind of have to. You have to care how you're perceived. You only get one first impression. You fuck that up, it's over with. And a real sign of this time to change is when you realize that I'm tired of how people look at me. I'm tired of what my name has been the past 30 years. I want it to be something different. Hey, this one right here, when you get to a certain age, your peace. Your peace is more important than your guest, than partying, social events. Ain't nothing like working all day, going to your own home, kicking your shoes off, fixing yourself some food or your wife or whatever your situation may be, but just being in your own place, your own space. You start to find that you cherish it more when you're alone. That's a real sign that you're getting old, man, or getting older. It's time for change. I love my peace. I love to just sit by myself. It used to be like a depression thing, but now I realize I'm getting older and I'm accepting it. And most importantly, because I'm not going to say least, because I have children, change for your kids, man. My child is my world. I have a really crazy situation with him, but I love my son. I have two sons. But I'm changing my life and have changed. The changes that I made to this point is for my kids. And they hurt. They hurt. Nobody wants to change. Nobody wants to do. You know, they say when you're changing and when life's getting better, the struggle comes. Nothing good ever came from easy. It's almost like in the weight room. If you're not struggling, you're not growing. And I try to apply this to life. I try my best. I think it'll be a lot easier to do once I'm back in the weight room. It'll just seem natural, 1 + 1, you know. But when you have kids, man, these kids need us. They need us in their life, man, especially if you come from a broken home. Me, luckily, I have my mom and my dad my whole entire life. I'm 32 years old. They're still married at the same address that I was born and raised in. You don't see that shit often. And I've told them at the age I'm at now, thank you. Thank you. Because I've seen, don't get me wrong, don't nobody kill me for that. A lot of people grow up without both parents and they come out totally fine. But the statistics don't lie. Numbers don't lie. And kids that are in single parent homes tend to have a little bit more issues, more problems with things that someone growing up with both parents got a little bit easier, a little bit faster. So if there's somebody out there watching this, man, and you trying to ask yourself, or you feel yourself changing, but you don't know how to adapt, if you have a child, think about your child. Think about your child's future. Think about the man you want to be through your child's eyes. And that's what I think about. Somebody once told me, you're 10 foot tall to your kid. And I thought about that. At one time, that went over my head. I was about damn near ignorant. But I thought about that, and it changed everything. Live for your kids, man. When it's time to change, you will definitely know it. This is going to be a really short episode today, guys, but it's probably one of the most meaningful ones I've ever done, seeing how I ain't got the shades on. But yeah, when it's time to change, don't fight it, man. Just go with the flow. Getting older, maturing is a part of life, man. I'm going through it myself, and I'm documenting my experiences. So yeah, guys, if you're watching this, if it's time for change, change. I promise you, it will be worth it. Thank you guys for tuning in to Mally Bray TV. Until next time, guys, work hard and keep it classy, man.
Promise tomorrow today.